The Nintendo GameCube. It was released on November 18th, 2001. Although lacking in third-party support, that still didn't stop Nintendo from releasing some of the greatest games we still love and play today. I'm 16-Bit Pete, and this is my top 5 personal games for the Nintendo GameCube. Number 5 on my list has got to be Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I remember when it first came out for the Sega Dreamcast and playing it at a friend's house. We constantly played the multiplayer map City Escape because of the awesome soundtrack. Although nowadays people would consider it cheesy, but it still has that classic nostalgia feel to it. If you enjoyed the 3D elements like on Wind Waker and Super Mario Sunshine, you would definitely love Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. You play as 6 different characters in 3 different modes. Even although Sonic and Shadow really do get the best levels. You play a hero side, which is Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and the dark side, which is Shadow, Rouge the Cat, and of course Dr. Eggman, which they're now calling him that. Previously Dr. Robotnik. The game features very similar 3D capabilities to Super Mario Sunshine and the Wind Waker, like I mentioned. It is a great game, great multiplayer title, and definitely worth picking up. If you want to play it nowadays and you do not own a Nintendo GameCube, it is available on Steam, Xbox Arcade, and the PlayStation Network, and it is at a very reasonable price. So Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, definitely worth checking out. Number 4 on my list has got to be Luigi's Mansion. Now, most Nintendo consoles, when they are released, usually have a Super Mario launch title, such as the NES had Super Mario Bros. Super Nintendo, we were introduced to Super Mario World. Mario 64 was released for the Nintendo 64, but with the GameCube, however, we had a Luigi game, and it wasn't exactly like the simple platform Mario games we were used to. Had a kind of interesting plot to it. Mario wins a mansion in a contest he didn't even enter, and if that's not weird, he gets sucked into a painting by King Boo of all ghosts himself. Luigi's job is to come rescue him. And in the process, he's got to capture ghosts and return them to their original portraits. He uses a Poltergust 3000, which was designed by the same scientist that gave Mario his little Super Soaker pack that he got in Sunshine. It's your basic game, suck up ghosts, kind of like Ghostbusters kind of feel to it. Very good graphics. If you have a Nintendo component cable back then, you were able to score one. It is highly recommended for gameplay, great graphics on an HD TV. It is a great game. I highly recommend checking it out. If you like that kind of spooky feel to it, but funny comedy at the same time, I highly recommend checking it out. It's Luigi. I don't know, everybody's used to playing as Mario, but this is a Luigi game, and he is the main character. So the man in the green definitely plays his part in Luigi's Mansion. Number 3 on my list has got to be Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Now, we never thought in a million years, Pokemon fans like myself, that we'd ever see a home console port of the great RPG we still love today. It takes place in the Ore region. It is a region that's basically based in a whole desert, and there's different areas spread out. It uses the double battle feature that was introduced in the 3rd generation games Ruby and Sapphire, and later Pokemon Emerald. You play as a next member of a gang called Team Snag'em, and your objective is to steal the Pokemon back from the bad guys, restore their natural good heart forms, and destroy Team Snag'em and save the Ore region from criminals using Pokemon for their own personal gain. The game has a great story and great graphics. Although it is not the best Pokemon game ever to be released, however, it is a great Pokemon game, and it is the only 3D RPGs that were ever released on home console for Pokemon games. We did get Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 on the Nintendo 64, however, we didn't get that action RPG that we got to enjoy in our handheld Game Boys at home. So all in all, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness and Pokemon Colosseum are worth checking out if you have a Nintendo GameCube, and I highly recommend picking one up. Remember that action RPG we all played on the Nintendo 64 called Paper Mario? Well, it turns out that Nintendo did make a sequel to that on the GameCube, Paper Mario and a Thousand-Year Door. With better graphics, better gameplay, and a phenomenal story, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door was a great all-in-all game. probably one of my favorites for the console, which is why I'm reviewing it right now. It takes place about 2 years after the original game. Of course, Princess Peach does get kidnapped again, only this time it's not by Bowser. It's by a new group of enemies called the X-Nauts who live on the moon in their little space fortress. And their plot is to open up the thousand-year door, which has been sealed for centuries, and awaken the treasure in there, which is an evil queen. And during your gameplay, you have to go around and defeat bosses and collect these crystal stars in order to open up the door and save Princess Peach. It has that same wacky humor as the first one. And if you enjoyed Paper Mario on a Nintendo 64, you will, without a doubt, enjoy Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. I know I did, and I know you guys will too. Last but not least on my list, my number one, my favorite game from the Nintendo GameCube, has got to be Super Mario Sunshine. I remember going into Toys R Us the summer when it was released with my grandma, and we saw it on a kiosk, and I begged her to buy it for me, and the amazing person as she was, she did. And I remember playing it for hours and hours. Just like I did with Mario 64, it followed the same exact gameplay, only this time you're in a kind of Hawaiian-style world with different characters, and Peach gets kidnapped by Baby Bowser, or in this game referred to as Bowser Jr. For some odd reason, he thinks Princess Peach is his mother, and Mario has taken her away from him. So he takes her hostage and runs away with her to a volcano. And it is up to Mario to rescue the star shine sprites back from the worlds and restore power to the Shine Gate and save Princess Peach from Bowser Jr. It is a great game, great 3D elements like in Sonic Adventure, as I mentioned before. Now, Bowser Jr. disguises himself as Mario with a paintbrush, only as kind of like a blue, transparent Mario that they refer to as Shadow Mario. And he runs around town in this world wreaking havoc, framing Mario, and unfortunately leaving all this electronic, what they call goop, kind of like a fungus around the town. And Mario, with the help of his new companion, which is a backpack super soaker sort of deal, and he's got to clean up the mess that he's being framed for. But all in all, it's a great game. And the Pianta people, they help you throughout the area. Yoshi even makes his surprised return in there. However, no Luigi. Plenty of Toads in the game. Very different beach themed harbor levels. Very aquatic and very much worth checking out. Super Mario Sunshine, by far the greatest game I've ever played on the Nintendo GameCube, and without a doubt, in my opinion, the best Mario game I've ever played. Although some people might disagree and say that Smash Brothers is a better title for the GameCube. However, I strongly disagree with that, and I stand to Super Mario Sunshine being the best game for the GameCube. And these are my top 5 Nintendo GameCube games that I've ever played. And what are your top 5 games? Let me know. Leave in the comments. Shoot me a message. You can follow me on Twitter at 16bitpete, on Twitch 16bitpete88. I'll post links to that down below. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm sorry about my voice. It's a little dry right now, but I hope you all have a great day. And don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. This is 16-Bit Pete, guys. See you later.